How is it? You like it?
Yeah.
What are you eating? Chicken minis?
Huh? Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Therese, and on this channel I provide weekly working mom videos to bring inspiration to you. And in this video I have my friend Dana. She and her husband own Chick-Fil-A, so I just want you guys to meet her. So let's get started. So the first question is, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you guys got started.
Okay, so in 2009, my husband lost his job, and he was in fitness. And we went out to eat dinner, and I said, Dave, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And he said, I want to be a Chick-fil-A owner-operator. And I said, okay, let's figure out how to make that happen.
Wow.
So we were living in Colorado at the time, and we moved to North Carolina, started working for a family friend who was an operator, and moved in with my parents. And he started as a team member, making $12 an hour, and worked at that for 2.5 years. Then he got into a program with corporate, and they moved us around, and then we did that for 18 months, and then he became an owner-operator of a Chick-fil-A in a mall in Mesa, Arizona. And we did that for 3.5 years, and then we realized our dream of having a freestanding Chick-fil-A when we opened this store on Eastern in January of 2017.
Awesome. So when you guys decided to join, to open a Chick-fil-A, can you pick the city?
You can apply for the city that you want.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Awesome. Yeah, because I grew up here in Vegas, and we have like every restaurant we have here, but having a Chick-fil-A here, we never had a Chick-fil-A until their store came. And I went to college in Missouri, so I knew like the hype of like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And then my family, like the closest Chick-fil-A before this one is in St. George. So
Yes.
we would drive 2 hours to go to Chick-fil-A. Right. Now it's only 10 minutes.
We heard
drive.
lots of stories like that.
Yeah. What is your morning and nighttime routine? And you have five
I
kids?
have 5 kids, 11, 9, 6, 4, and 5 months, or 6 months. He just turned 6 months yesterday. So I'm exclusively nursing. So my morning routine looks like sleeping as much as I possibly can until the baby wakes up around 6:30, and then I nurse him. And I try my best to get my devotional in the morning.
Yeah.
And so I have an app on my phone that's set to an alarm called First 5.
Oh, nice.
And I usually read that because, I mean, sometimes I'm not as disciplined as I want to be, and I like to hop on Instagram or something like that. But the alarm helps me to remember to click on First 5 and read my devotional in the morning.
Oh, great.
Which is really nice, and it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to read. And I can do that while I'm nursing. And then we hit the ground running. Lunches, school drop off, preschool, all of that. And I try and go to the gym in the mornings after all the big kids are out. So I grew up with a dad who had his own medical practice. So he's a surgeon back in North Carolina, and he's one of the rare physicians that is good at business and at being a doctor. Which normally don't go together. So I watched him develop this practice, build a team of doctors. He actually opened a whole business park and leased office space to other physicians in the business park. And so I watched him be his own boss my entire life, and I saw the upside of that and the downside of that. And I knew that it was a lot of hard work, you know, holidays, he was on call, he worked really hard, but then there was also benefits like the flexibility and being able to employ people and have people who you could serve that way. And I always knew that I wanted to do something like that. And so Chick-fil-A afforded us the opportunity to do that, to have a team that we can employ and to serve the community. I always loved that my dad would give back, and I watched him give back through his business, and that was something that I really.
Then you also have like you do your thing too, right?
I have a master's. I have a master's in counseling. I'm licensed in 4 different states, including Nevada. So I taught undergraduate psychology courses for 7 years online, and also wrote curriculum. And now I work for a nonprofit called Inheritance of Hope.
Oh, wow.
And we do retreats to help families who have a parent with a terminal illness who have young children.
Yeah.
So I do psychoeducational groups for the children.
Okay, wow. What are some working mom hacks you want to share with us?
So we were talking about this earlier. I say that when you have a place for everything in our house has a place. So if the kids are looking for something, I'm able to tell them where to go to get that thing. Because I think that a lot of times as moms, a lot of our time is like spent looking for something. So that's one thing that I like to have everything labeled and everything has its place. I would say being intentional with time. Yeah. Making sure that you get things done. You look at your week. I always plan out my week on Sunday. And I have this I label all of my alarms. So if you can see this, I have all of my alarms labeled for the week. Oh wow. So when they go off, I know what is, and then I go through, I have my regular alarms, but then I also have my alarms that I label at the beginning on Sunday. And I have no idea how many times this has saved me where I've almost forgotten about something. Like even though I get a calendar alert, I would forget about it if I didn't have my alarm set.
That's awesome. So it's kind of like block scheduling?
Right, and like for carpool, I have almost forgotten carpool several times. But my alarm went off. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, my alarm is going off. What is that for? And then I look at it and I'm like, oh, I have to leave. And I usually set it for 15 to 20 minutes beforehand. Yeah. Just so that I give myself a little bit of time.
That's awesome. I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Thank you. How do you stay disciplined?
I would say intentionality. Yeah. For sure. Making sure that, and obviously, that's something we can all work on, right? Staying disciplined. Yeah. But making sure that I schedule time at the gym, that I schedule my alarms. I'm very scheduled. That's how I stay disciplined with my time and with making sure that I get things done that need to be done. Yeah. And making sure that I block off that time to schedule too. Okay. Because if I don't get that done on Sunday, then my week seems like a mess. Yeah. Because I haven't really planned for it. Right.
And then, so speaking with intentionality, how do you do you give your kids like a certain time, or like how do you make sure that they feel, you know what I'm asking, like,
oh, feel special, especially with 5 of them? Yes. Well, so I have intentional time like on Sunday where I plan out my week, but then I also have intentional time where I plan out like the semester. Oh, okay. So every 3 months before like the fall semester started, we made sure to schedule, okay, Dave, what is football gonna look like? So he's coaching both boys. Yeah. And he made sure to schedule their practices back to back so that he can be there with them. And so they get that special time with dad. And then I get special time with the 2 littles, and then my daughter will go to dance on those nights. So we're very intentional to have scheduled it all together versus so-and-so's doing this on this night, and then it's all, it's all awesome. None of it collaborates. And then on Thursday night, I made sure to block off that's our night that no one has anything. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So we do a family activity. Like last night, we went to go see a friend who was in a play. Oh, fun. And then we went out to eat together as a family. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good idea. To schedule a day for nothing. Yes. To schedule a day for nothing. That is, in our busy society, I feel like that's something that's something that I would really love to try and do. I know that every semester it might not work out, but that's something that I would love to try and do. On a consistent basis. Even when they get older. That's awesome. I love that. That's great. Yeah. How do you meal prep? So on Sundays when I usually do this on Saturdays. So I'll get on ClickList and I'll sit down and I'll look at the schedule for the week, and I'll say, okay, what nights are we gonna eat at home? What nights are we gonna eat Chick-Fil-A? What nights are we gonna maybe eat out? And then I'll decide what meals to get based on that. So then I do all of the ordering, and then I kind of yell at everybody, hey, what do you want? And then, so it's so easy to just enter it in if somebody wants a special snack or something like that. Oh, nice. On the ClickList. And then I also, this has been a game changer this year for lunches, because I have 4 lunches to pack every day. So every Sunday, and I actually just do the same thing for lunch every single day. Like they don't have, and they don't care. They love it. They actually like it a lot better than last year when I would try and like give them variety, because they know what to expect. Right. I think that they like that consistency. Yeah, that's true. And they enjoy what they're eating.
Yeah.
So I do, I have those big glass Pyrex bowls, and every Sunday I'll wash off so I do like grapes, strawberries, raspberries, cucumbers, and peppers.
Yeah.
As my veggies and fruit.
Yeah.
And I have each of them in a glass Pyrex, and then I do turkey hot dogs as their protein.
Yeah.
And then I'll do pretzels as their carb. And then they have these bento boxes, and I put like a little sweet in the middle.
Oh, nice.
And so every Sunday I cut up everything for the whole week.
Yeah.
And then I will just stuff the bento boxes. So I don't use like those individual plastic things that you have to wash. Like the bento boxes have their own compartments.
Yeah.
And I just fill the compartments, and then they're ready. And then every day when they come home from school, the first thing they do is they empty their lunchbox, they rinse it, they dump it, and then I fill the compartments and stick it back in the fridge.
Ooh, smart.
And it takes 5-10 minutes to do all 4 lunches.
So you don't think that we should do like 5 different meals for all?
I do not. I do not. I don't do that. I'm not a made-to-order cook.
I know.
I am not. Yeah, I don't do that. And if they don't like it, but that's the thing with finding something that all of them enjoy. I mean, Hudson doesn't like strawberries, so I do raspberries. I mean, that's not, you know, that's very minor.
Right.
So I have those fruit and veggie options that are really easy just to grab, and usually those things are affordable at Smith's. Like strawberries are usually always on sale. Raspberries sometimes are, but and I think they really enjoy it. They've actually started, because last year I would pack their lunches, and if it was different, and they're like, I didn't like lunch today, and they would just basically throw the whole thing away. So now I know every day,
they like it.
They like it. And you know, you can't really go wrong with those fruits and veggies, and you know, a few pretzels and some turkey dogs. Like,
that's good.
so I know they're getting protein, carbs.
So pretty much you set up like Saturday, Sundays for your whole week. So if that is off, you're off.
I'm off. Yep. And so that's why I make sure to, if we're going out of town or something, I need to get home at least by 5 on Sunday so that I can
do all this stuff.
Plan. And then I'll make sure to order, because Smith's has a great app. And so if we're out of town, I can order on the app for pickup.
Oh, perfect.
And we can just throw it in the car on the way home. Grab it, throw it in the car on the way home, and then it's ready. So I mean, I feel like that's planning is one of the key things.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
what books are you reading now or listening to?
Okay, so yes, so
what are you learning?
I used to be a huge reader, but I'm listening to let's see, what did I just get done with? The Enneagram book, The Road Back to You.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty interesting.
I never taken that test. Have you?
Yes. Yes. I'm an 8 with a wing 7. If anyone knows okay, that is.
Was it accurate?
Oh yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's very much neat. And you know, there are some people who are experts on the Enneagram who say you should really just read and kind of figure out what you are, or you can take a test. So The Road Back to You is a great book to start if you're trying to understand the Enneagram and understand kind of who you are. It really talks about your motivations for things.
Oh, okay.
And then I also love the Craig Rochelle podcast, his leadership podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Comes out on Thursdays.
Yeah, it is good.
And then Andy Stanley has a great leadership podcast that I really like.
Awesome.
What is a life quote you live by? So my life verse is 2 Corinthians 1:3-5, and it's be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. For just as we share abundantly in the sufferings of Christ, so also our comfort abounds through Christ. So that's my life verse. And I think that's one of the reasons I got into counseling, is because I do believe that we're commanded to share each other's burdens and carry. And also that there's power in sharing our story. And we can only receive comfort when we're willing to be vulnerable and share our story.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's
so have you listened to a lot of Brene Brown stuff?
Yes.
You said vulnerability.
Yes.
Because I'm reading a book right now about her. She's good. It's deep.
She is good.
I'm reading Daring Greatly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great book.
And it's very good. I have to break it up a lot.
Right.
Because her chapters are like 50 pages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a lot.
Okay, a lot of self-reflection. A lot of issues coming out.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Cool.
If you could take anyone out for coffee, who would it be? So I'm not really one to get starstruck or to have a lot of people who really inspire me, but I would say John Piper is somebody who is currently alive, who I would really love to spend some time with.
Yeah.
And try and kind of pick his brain. I really love his doctrine of Christian hedonism, which is the conviction that God's ultimate goal in the world and our deepest desire, which his ultimate goal is for him to be glorified, and then our deepest desire is to be happy, that they coincide. Because when we are bringing glory to God, we're fulfilled, and we can actually live out the joy that we were intended to live out.
Yeah. So you like easy Christian reading books? Just kidding.
Yes. Light reading.
I love Piper. He's so intense, but I think that's how we should live our Christian life.
Right.
So that's
and
awesome.
he's so inspiring. I mean, he really lives what he preaches. Yeah. Which I think that a lot of people don't. The last question is, what advice or encouragement would you give to your 18-year-old self? So, this is actually funny because I was really reflecting last night when I was thinking about these questions. What advice would I give to my 18-year-old self? And I read a book when I was 18 called Calm My Anxious Heart by Linda Dillow. Have you ever heard of it? So it's this book about comparison. Oh, okay. And it's these 4 women who each are in a different phase of life. And because I think when you're 18, you think, well, if I just reach this next phase, I'll be happy. Right. Oh, well, I'll just reach that. When I'm married, I'll be happy. When I have kids, I'll be happy. When I reach that job, I'll be happy. And I think that book really showed me, if I'm not content where I am, I will never be content. Yeah. And that's good. And I think that was, and I'm really, that book was life-changing for me, I think. And so I think I would just go back and say, okay, remember all of the lessons that you learned from that book and take them into each stage. Even when you start to feel, unsettled or discontent. I can't say that I'm any happier now than I was when we were living in my parents' house in Davis, maybe 12 months later. I was content. I was living life. I was trying to be who God created me to be, no matter if we're doing that or if we're running this store. And I think that because if you're not, if you're waiting for the next chapter to live your life, the next chapter will not make you happy. Yeah, that's true. That's good.
Okay, lightning round. Would you like to talk or text?
Text. I'm definitely. I'm a 1981, so I'm the oldest millennial. But when it comes to talking on the phone, I'm 100% millennial. I'm no, why are you calling? I'll look at the phone and then I'll text someone back. I'm why are you?
Your biggest pet peeve.
Okay, so my biggest pet peeve. I'm at Enneagram 8, so I have a lot of pet peeves. The things that people do that annoy me. But I would say that one thing that has been really annoying me lately is when people leave their shopping carts out in the middle, they don't put them away. Oh man. I feel like it's so narcissistic because I'm you can't walk 10 steps to put your shopping cart away, and you'd rather leave it for somebody to either run into or scrape their car. So I always, whenever I see shopping carts out, I will put them away myself.
Okay, you like a cat or a dog?
Dogs.
The last song you had on repeat?
Oh gosh. Well, I love Christian music, but we also listen to a lot of Broadway. So I would say Waving Through a Window and Dear Evan Hansen. That was the one that my kids are really into right now.
Do you like to do air dry or blow dry?
I have to blow dry because my hair is curly. So if I don't blow dry it, it just looks, it's crazy.
What is your go-to comfort food?
I love melted chocolate chips and coconut.
Ooh, nice.
Mixed together.
Is it a childhood snack or something?
I just love coconut.
Yeah,
I love chocolate. Too. So it's my little snack at the end of the night. I'll put some chocolate chips in a bowl and microwave them for a little bit and then put the coconut in.
Ooh, nice. Do you like to go to LA or New York City? Or neither?
I love New York. Awesome. I usually go every year.
Didn't you just go?
I took my daughter in February.
Yeah, I saw that.
I go with a nonprofit that I work with. We go every November. We take families on a trip there. So yeah, I go every year, and I usually try and see a play or two.
Awesome.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad you got to meet Dana. And if you're new here, hit that red subscribe button and hit the like. Okay, bye.